that Nova Scotia actually have the largest Black community in Canada. That was sad. But you know, I actually not look bad for a video. I'm not talk, you know.
You just said no?
No. Sometimes I have a reminder. Imagine when I start put myself together.
Imagine when I turn at the office, summer. You done it done.
No, sir.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jenny and this is
Kimola.
Kimola.
The Kimola.
So in today's video we're going to talk about Nova Scotia Community College and living in Nova Scotia, what it's like. It's going to be a quick video because the girl is in a rush.
As usual.
True, I'm always in a rush. Why did you choose Nova Scotia Community College?
Well, at the time, I was just basically looking for the cheapest college in Canada. And my first choice wasn't Nova Scotia. Really, it was actually, my first choice was actually Newfoundland.
Oh, same.
So, yeah. So I don't remember the college name right now. North Atlantic or College of the North Atlantic.
Yeah, it's very cheap.
It's very, very cheap. So that was my first choice. That's where my focus was when I actually started doing research for Canada. But one day, I don't remember what I was doing. But it was some Google research, and I ended up on Nova Scotia and NSCC, and they were talking about I don't know, after I started researching Nova Scotia, I just became hooked. I just felt like it fit. Everything was perfect. The school, based on how the school presented itself, it was what I needed. I feel like it was the right match. I met with international advisor before I even applied. They took the time to meet with me virtually through Teams. And then before I even apply, and I reached out to them about programs and tuition and etc. So yeah, that's how I end up in NSCC. I fell in love, and I felt like that's the perfect thing because I don't feel like where is it, Newfoundland would fit me. No, it's how I ended up in Nova Scotia.
Do you think, and I keep trying to say it, NSCC,
get it right.
NSCC is international student friendly?
Of course, 100%. 100%. As an international student at NSCC, you do not feel left out. You do not feel like an international student. They cater to our needs. Actually there is an international student office at NSCC. Each international student have an international advisor that is responsible for us.
Personally, you have your own.
I have my own, which is Mike Duggan, which is the person that I met with before I even applied for NSCC. And now that the community, because it wasn't so much, they didn't have a lot of international students prior. So they only had one person. Now they have multiple. They just hired a new guy just because the international numbers are growing, and because they want they don't want one person to be burdened by. So they just hired new staff. So I think we have about 4 persons. So they have person for first year, and each person is they have more than 4 because they do it by program. So if you're in the business program, you have international advisor for first year, second year, or business or whatever program you're in. And if you're in other programs, then you have a different advisor. So they cater to our needs. We have events. Just recently we have Black History Month, and we had an African cultural event at school. We have ISA, which I'm a part of, which is International Student Ambassadors Program, that we have there as well, that is catered for international needs and all of that. So 100% 100%.
And you feel the school is diverse, like for people of color?
Well, you've been there yesterday. What do you think?
Yeah.
You were on campus yesterday.
I saw a couple kinfolk.
Yeah, we so when I started, we were basically online because of COVID, because I started in COVID. So when I started, we were online, so we didn't have much of the in-person, face-to-face interaction. So second year, when COVID kind of simmered down a little bit and we back on campus, we started seeing the diversity of international student offers. So I find that a lot of Nigerians and Africans are here this semester. I'm seeing that. So we have a lot, first year, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of the Africans. We have international students from everywhere. You have Chinese, Philippines. As a matter of fact, I would say 85% of my class is international students.
How do you think, I know you did schooling like back home, how do you think the Canadian teaching compares to Jamaica?
I was just talking about this morning with my classmates. So we're spoiled here in Canada. And back home in Jamaica, I know that they have this thing or this saying back home in university that you read for your degree. So the lecturer comes in, you're lucky if they even go over the slides that they prepare. They just probably send you the slides and you're on your own, and when you have a test, you don't even know what you're getting tested on. You know that probably for that period you cover 5 chapters, you just know that you have to go read the 5 chapters back to front. Here you get hands-on learning, teaching. So just this morning I was putting my place, so I said that we are in college, and one of my teachers reminded me that we're actually for the first 2 years of university. So don't get it twisted, you're in university, but you're in the first 2 years. So, but what they do here is that, well, I would say 90% of the teachers, depending on what you get actual hands-on teaching, real life hands-on, that you can actually take what you're doing in school and apply it to the real life. So I would say that's the difference with back home, because I've been to university back home and I feel like it was mostly theory. So ask me anything theory, I probably can answer you. But in terms of when I leave school and go in the workplace, that I feel like nothing that I have learned, I'm not applying it to the work. Why did I go to university in the first place, really? Whereas here, I know for sure that because whatever they teach, they actually bring in real life experience. For example, I'm in the accounting field and we're doing real life practicum. We have a practicum course. Right now we're doing taxation. I'm doing real life tax. As a matter of fact, doing my taxation course, I was able to file my own taxes. 100% accurate. Of course you don't
I don't know how to.
She don't know. We know that you don't know. You don't know anything numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a major difference. I feel like, because back home I was doing accounting and I don't feel like I knew anything in the accounting world, even though I love accounting and I was doing accounting. And now that I'm here, I'm a CPA. I'm already a CPA. Just give me, maybe I'm technically Kimola Bennett Wilson CPA, of course. Period. So I think that's the difference. Like I actually know what I'm doing.
So you get a lot of hands-on experience.
And that's the thing with NSCC as well. I don't know about any other college in Canada, but with NSCC, and that's one of the things that they were advertising when I went on their page, is actually real. You get hands-on, real life experience. You know what you're doing. You're able to apply what you have learned in school into the real place of work. Right now in my accounting practicum, I'm doing a full accounting cycle, a real life thing. It's stressful, but I love it. I love a challenge. I like challenge. Challenge turn me on. Maybe Brian should take note. Challenge me, Well, he knows that, but I'm just saying, I like a challenge.
What about...
You're not going to miss the bus? Because...
It should be fine. I'm going to call the Uber soon.
I know you're probably guys going to see a vlog. Oh,
I'm running late.
I heard she had to miss that. I had to turn back because typically her, nothing new. Anyway, moving on.
I'm PEI. there's not much social events, and when there is, it's more music and your fist pump and jump. But like here, do you have more culture kind of events?
For sure. So one new thing that I learned, I don't remember if it wouldn't be this year, we just started this year, so if it's not last year's the year before, I learned that Nova Scotia actually have the largest black community in Canada.
I thought it was like Toronto.
But it's not. It's Nova Scotia. I learned that it was a cultural event. I don't remember exactly, but which was shocking. Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's shocking.
That was shocking. We actually have this community in, I believe, if it's not Dartmouth, it's Halifax. That is just I'm not gonna call words that I cannot pronounce, but it's black. Like it's just black people. But apart from that, we celebrate culture here, black culture, whatever culture you want. So for example, Independence Day, Jamaican Independence Day, we have an arcade, a Jamaican arcade, a big parade, big celebration. We have all of that going on. We have an event for like cultural things like poem, whatever. Now we have practically every month or every 2 months or 3 months we have a party in Halifax, because we have a Jamaican here, or Jamaicans here who are now putting on parties every other month. So we have this April coming up, we're gonna have one that Cranium is gonna be a guest performer. So we have all of that going on, and some weird things are going over here, and obviously it's going to only get better because we're just like a teen, you know. So of course, nothing new. And then Sharon, as Mr. the same Jamaican, he has his shop. So now I don't have to be waiting for anyone to be coming over, ship nothing to me in the mailbox. Just go down the street, because it's very close to me. Just go down the street, go pick up my things, so I'm not short or nothing. Anything I can get in a store that is Jamaican, I can go to Sean. And now that I have Sean, I don't have to buy it in the store, because I'm supporting my Jamaican colleague, right? So I don't buy Jamaican from Walmart or wherever. I buy it down by Sean's shop.
I have a Jamaican restaurant.
Okay. We have a lot of Jamaican restaurants here.
I have two.
None that I ever have been, unfortunately, because I just not have the time. But we have Jamaican restaurants.
Oh yeah, I saw one last night when I was walking in Halifax.
Yeah, we have Jamaican restaurants.
Pretty cool. And do you think it's easy, after studying at NSCC, it's easy to get a job?
I already have a job offer from February. So that should answer your question. I already have a job offer from February, and I've been getting job offers from January.
And you're not even graduating?
And I haven't even left school. Like, I'm doing accounting, and right now the sector for accounting is big. So the demand is high, and the graduates are low. So, for example, not many. For some reason, people shy away from accounting. So, for example, my teachers, that's my accounting teachers at school, say they're going to be stressed because the employers are already coming. So, for example, you have 40 graduates for accounting, but you have 60 employers. So, for 40, 60. So, demand is high, supply is low. So that should answer your questions. I already have a job offer, and I've been getting multiple offers.
And do the professors like help you, push you into that field?
For the job offer?
Yeah.
Not really. I got my job offer because the employer came to school to do interviews. So for example, for NSCC which is also great, because at NSCC there is a mandatory work experience that you have to do. It's a part of your course that you have to do in your final semester in order to graduate. So what employers will do this year, winter semester, your final semester, they will start coming to campus to do interviews for work term, and some of them after work term they will keep you. Most of them, 90% of them, keep you after your work term, which is one of my employer. They already offer me, but it will be, they will also do my work term as well. But to answer your, So technically, the teachers didn't really have anything to do. The employers come fishing.
Yeah.
So the offer that I got was they came to school to interview students, and I was successful in that. But I have other offers that weren't from school, that is outside of school. But I took the one that came to school because I just like Nova Scotia felt like a match. They feel like a match. Whenever I get that instinct, I usually follow it.
And about tuition, do you think it's an affordable college?
It is. It is in the bracket of for one of the lowest tuition college in Nova Scotia. Right now when I came it was in the 11,000 something, and I think recently it's increased, I don't remember, but it's still below 13,000 before all other expenses, which is insurance or whatever, but after all of those expenses I think it's still below 15.
Okay. Would you recommend NSCC?
100%.
You don't have any negatives?
Just parking, and I don't drive, so that don't affect me.
That's somebody else's problem.
I bus it, so no.
What about the bus? Is that covered in your tuition?
Yep. No, well, it's covered in tuition, but there's a separate fee apart from. So if your tuition is like $10,000, but so when I mentioned other expenses, those tuition would fall into that. So I think I pay like $80 something or less, and you get a bus pass for the year to go anywhere. Like I can, whether I'm going to school or not, I use my bus pass.
Their campus was very pretty, and
we have elevators.
They had elevators in their campus. I don't remember, to be fair, I don't go on campus, and I only know the business building, but I don't remember the elevators. Maybe there's elevators. I don't remember seeing them. And you guys had the plant wall. That was really pretty. And I saw a daycare.
We have daycare on campus, yeah.
And is it something like, I know we have a daycare. I'm not sure how it works, but like, is it like something that's full all the time? Have you ever checked it out?
Because there was no space when my family was coming and I inquired about it. There, as a matter of fact, there's no space for any daycare in Nova Scotia. Honestly, every single licensed daycare, any form of daycare, is booked. You're like on a wait list for 3 years.
I saw it in PA too.
Like, that don't make no sense. So the daycare school was 100% booked, because I think it caters to staff as well as students, as well as outside of school and students. So
I thought students would get priority or something. And do you know?
And then NSCC is also having an online housing. It's currently in construction, so I think it's gonna, by 2024 it should be completed. So that's a plus, because we have issues in terms of like housing. So there's a couple of issues here, like housing. So the demand is getting bigger because everybody want to come to Nova Scotia.
Yes.
So housing is getting expensive. When I started looking into Nova Scotia, one of the reasons why I chose it, because housing wasn't so expensive. Housing was affordable. Housing is now in demand, so prices are high, right? So we don't have any housing here. So that's it's very hard to get housing. If you do get it, you're gonna pay arm and a leg. So that's a problem.
It seems to be a whole country thing at this point, or at least the Atlantic.
I think it's a Canada thing, but for some it's worse in some province.
Yeah, mine.
It's really bad. PI definitely.
It's really bad.
Like, you guys don't have people. When I went to the north, that was definitely an issue as well. Housing, like, if you're gonna work. Fortunately, my link was, we got my housing came with the job. But for a person who is like looking employment in the north, that's one of the reasons why sometimes they don't make it, because for example, in the north, like persons that are sharing like a 3-bedroom and they're sharing, their rent would be like a $2,000. I remember you're sharing, that's a room in a share house.
Yeah.
Not a house by itself, you know, a room in a share house, and it'd be like $2,000. That's how housing is in the Northwest Territories. You make the money, you make way more than $2,000, but can you imagine paying $2,000 for a room in a shared house? That's just, even though I'm making the money, I'm just feel like, nah.
No, that's too much for a room.
Yeah, and it's probably even more like a room. Like, I kid you not. Like, you just get a room and you're sharing like the common areas, the bathroom, everything. That's a room, and it probably be over more than $2,000. That's how bad it is in Northwest Territories. But job demand is high and pay is high and benefits is high. But housing. Canada have a housing problem.
Okay, guys, I think that's it before I miss this bus. And then Kimola will be stuck with me for one more day. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a like, a comment, subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 1K.
Like, why is she not at 1,000 yet?
I don't know.
Like, seriously, like, that's another day for me to go into you guys.
Why am I not at 1K?
Okay.
Okay, bye guys.
Am I supposed to do this?